Today we will talk about 3 disturbing true haunted house horror stories. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. The Haunting of the Smith Family Home. In the picturesque town of Oakwood, nestled amidst the serene countryside, stood the grand and imposing Smith family home. With its Victorian architecture and sprawling grounds, it was the envy of the neighborhood. However, beneath its elegant facade lay a dark secret, a history tainted by tragedy and torment. The Smith family, consisting of John, his wife Mary, and their 2 young children, had moved into the house with hopes of a fresh start. Little did they know, their new home was anything but welcoming. From the moment they stepped foot inside, an ominous atmosphere hung in the air, sending chills down their spines. Strange occurrences soon became commonplace. Doors slammed shut on their own, disembodied whispers echoed through the halls, and unsettling shadows danced across the walls. Mary often woke in the dead of night to find herself paralyzed with fear, a sense of dread gripping her heart as she sensed a malevolent presence looming over her. The children, too, bore witness to the house's sinister secrets. They spoke of unseen playmates and whispered conversations with entities that seemed to dwell within the walls. Toys would move of their own accord, and eerie laughter would echo through the empty rooms, sending shivers down their young spines. Desperate for answers, the Smiths reached out to paranormal investigators, hoping to shed light on the darkness that plagued their home. What they discovered chilled them to the core. The house was built on the site of an ancient burial ground, and the restless spirits of the departed were unwilling to let go of their earthly tether. As the hauntings escalated, the Smiths found themselves trapped in a nightmare from which there seemed to be no escape. In a last-ditch effort to reclaim their lives, they performed a cleansing ritual, hoping to banish the malevolent entities once and for all. But the spirits, enraged by their intrusion, fought back with a fury that shook the very foundations of the house. In the end, the Smith family fled their home, leaving behind their possessions and the echoes of their terror. The house stood silent and empty, its dark secrets hidden from the world, a warning to all who dared to venture too close. 2. The Phantom of Ravenwood Manor. Ravenwood Manor, a sprawling estate nestled in the heart of Willowbrook, had long been shrouded in mystery and rumor. Its ivy-covered walls and towering turrets loomed over the town, casting a foreboding shadow over the surrounding countryside. For generations, the manor had stood empty, its halls echoing with the whispers of the past. Tales of tragedy and despair were whispered in hushed tones, of a young bride betrayed on her wedding night, of a vengeful spirit doomed to wander the halls for eternity. When the Thompson family acquired the manor with dreams of restoration, they were oblivious to the dark forces that lurked within its walls. But as they set about their task, they soon discovered that Ravenwood Manor held secrets far darker than they could have ever imagined. From the moment they stepped foot inside, they were assailed by strange phenomena. Cold drafts swept through the corridors. Unexplained noises echoed through the empty rooms, and the oppressive weight of unseen eyes bore down upon them. Undeterred by the warnings of the townsfolk, the Thompsons pressed on, determined to uncover the truth behind the manor's dark past. They delved into the archives, piecing together the fragments of history that lay scattered throughout the decaying halls. Their research revealed a tale of love and betrayal. A young bride murdered by her jealous husband on their wedding night, her spirit condemned to wander the halls of Ravenwood Manor for all eternity. The Thompsons were determined to put her soul to rest and restore peace to the troubled estate. But as they delved deeper into the mysteries of the manor, they unwittingly awakened forces beyond their control. The vengeful spirit of Lady Evelyn Ravenwood, driven mad by centuries of torment, rose from the shadows to exact her revenge upon the living. In a desperate bid to save themselves, the Thompsons performed a ritual of purification, hoping to banish the restless spirit once and for all. But as the final incantation was uttered, a deafening scream echoed through the halls, and the manor was consumed by flames, its dark secrets lost to the ashes. 3. The Curse of Blackwell House. Blackwell House, a sprawling mansion nestled on the outskirts of Ashford, had long been shunned by the townsfolk. Its ivy-covered walls and boarded-up windows stood as a silent testament to the horrors that lay within. When the Johnson family inherited the house from a distant relative, they saw it as an opportunity for a fresh start. But from the moment they crossed the threshold, they knew that something was terribly wrong. The air was thick with a palpable sense of dread, and the shadows seemed to dance with a life of their own. As they settled into their new home, the Johnsons were plagued by a series of bizarre occurrences. Objects would vanish and reappear in strange places, disembodied footsteps echoed through the halls, and eerie whispers drifted through the empty rooms. Determined to uncover the truth behind the house's dark history, the Johnsons began to research its past. What they uncovered sent chills down their spines. A tale of witchcraft and betrayal, of a coven of witches executed for their supposed crimes, and a curse that had haunted the house ever since. Desperate for answers, the Johnsons turned to local historians and paranormal experts, hoping to uncover the truth behind the curse that plagued their home. But as they delved deeper into the mysteries of Blackwell House, they realized that they were dealing with something far more sinister than they could have ever imagined. A malevolent force that had been unleashed upon the world centuries ago and refused to be contained. From the moment they set foot inside Blackwell House, the Johnsons knew that something was terribly wrong. Strange noises echoed through the halls at night. The walls seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy, and a feeling of dread settled over the house like a thick fog. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks turned into months, the hauntings grew more intense. The Johnsons would wake in the dead of night to find their belongings rearranged, their footsteps echoing through the empty rooms, and the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. As the hauntings grew more intense, the Johnsons found themselves locked in a battle for survival against forces beyond their comprehension. They sought the help of priests and paranormal experts, but each attempt to rid the house of its malevolent inhabitants only seemed to make things worse. In the end, the Johnsons were forced to flee their home, leaving behind their possessions and the echoes of their terror. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please give it the thumbs up, leave a comment, and click the button to subscribe.